Wow, and good evening and welcome to Koikimedia Live. I welcome you as we move into our evening broadcast and also as we continue our campaign and also educating and likewise looking into all the latest developments coming out of Nigeria. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI and I welcome you once again to the Koikimedia transmission. A very good evening to each and every one of us and welcome back again to another broadcast. Today is the 18th day of April 2025. It also a day that links with the Zimbabwe independence, which was 18th of April 1980 from Britain. As we continue our campaign, we would like to appreciate each and every one of us that have so far been following the broadcast. So mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa tí àtúnjọ pàdé ní a Good Friday pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì wa tí a mọ̀ sí Koikimedia Live. Nírọ̀lẹ́ yìí, there's a lot to catch up, there's a lot happening, there's a lot to discuss, and as usual, we want to make sure that each and every one of us is also up to date with the happenings that is going on currently in Nigeria. Bear with us as we continue to tell those of you that are still not clear enough to understand the purpose and the reason for Yoruba Nation and why Nigeria is no longer visibly working for the Yoruba people. So this evening, I will be educating us again as we have done in the past, and I'll be telling us more about what we need to know because there's quite a lot to know. So mo kí gbogbo èèyàn wa pé ẹ káalẹ́, ẹ dẹ̀ kúrọ̀lẹ́ ní gbogbo ibikíbi tí ẹ bá ti gbọ́ wa tí ẹ ti fi wò wá nírọ̀lẹ́. The Yoruba Nation, all right, ẹ má bínú, I hope it is a little bit much better. The Yoruba Nation is a non-negotiable and nobody can stop it. But what you need to do,
wait, studio number new, am I any other number?
What we need to do is to make it clear that the only option left on the table is for a peaceful dialogue. And I pray and hope that we can achieve this dialogue between us, our leaders, in terms of the Yoruba Nation campaign. So mo kí gbogbo wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Bí ẹ ti ṣe ń wọlé, ẹ bá wa gbọ́ wọlé share button. Èní ni Good Friday. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ń celebrate. We will kickstart slowly as usual with this.
Mo jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
You're Yoruba indigene.
Mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀.
I want to talk to you all.
Mo dẹ̀ fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tí ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀.
And I want you to listen and accept what I'm about to say.
Mo náà ti bà abúlé yín, wọ́n ti gbà tán.
I said they are already usurping you from your villages all over Yoruba State.
Ní Ogun State.
In Ogun State.
Ọ̀ṣun State.
Osun State.
Ondo State.
Ondo State.
Anambra State.
Even Anambra
Gbogbo
State.
àwọn ilẹ̀ Igbo wọ̀nyẹn.
Even the Igbo lands as well.
Àwọn wọ̀nyí ti wọ̀.
People are already entering those places.
Tí wọ́n dẹ̀ ti gba gbogbo ẹ̀.
And they're already overtaking you people in your various states.
Èyí tá à ń sọ yìí sí.
What we are saying right now,
Kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀sìn o.
this is not about religion.
Christian.
Whether you're a Christian
Muslim.
or you're a Muslim,
Àwọn adájọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá.
we are Yoruba traditional worshippers.
Àsìkò tá a gbọ́dọ̀ kó ẹ̀sìn wa papọ̀ nìyí.
This is time we must band together
Láti jà fún àwọn ilẹ̀ bàbá wa.
to fight for our father's land so that they don't overtake us in
Ẹ
it.
má jẹ́ kán fi ẹ̀sìn gba ilẹ̀ wa o.
Don't let them use religion take over our land.
Gbogbo abúlé tó ń gbà l'Ondo State yẹn.
All those villages they have taken over in Ondo State,
Wọ́n pa Muslim, wọ́n pa Christian.
when they wanted to kill, they killed Christian and Muslim alike.
Ilẹ̀ náà ń jà fún kì í ṣe ẹ̀sìn.
They are fighting for the land. They are not fighting for religion.
Ẹ̀sìn náà kàn gbá wọlé o.
They are just coming through the lens of
So mo
religion.
sọ fún yẹn ìwọ̀n Yorùbá.
But I'm telling you, all Yoruba
Ẹ múra o.
people, please be prepared.
Gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà.
Nigerians at
Ẹ
large,
múra dáadáa.
please be well
Wọ́n
prepared
má bàa gba ilẹ̀ yín o.
so that they don't take you away from your father's
Wọ́n wá pé
land.
gbogbo àwọn lọ́balọ́ba.
And calling unto the royalties in Yoruba
Ọọ̀ni
land.
of Ifẹ̀.
Your new Obefe, the Imperial Majesty.
Kábíyèsí kádé pẹ́ lórí rẹ̀.
Kábíyèsí, we greet you, sir.
Ẹ dá sí o.
Please talk about this.
Aláàfin tuntun tó ṣẹ̀ jẹ ẹ dá sí
The
o.
new Alaafin, please talk
Ẹ̀yin
about
ọba
this.
Ondo
All
ẹ dá sí o.
the kings in Ondo State,
Ẹ̀yin ọba Ọ̀ṣun Ọ̀yọ́ Lagos State ẹ dá
the
sí o.
kings in Lagos, Oyo, Oshu, please talk about this.
Tókùn yẹn bá wọlé tán.
Because when the war overwhelms us,
Apá ò ní ká o.
we will not be able to do anything about it.
Èmi mo rẹ́dí ogun.
Personally, I'm ready for
Mo
war.
sọ fún ìjọ kìnnà náà mo ní kẹ́ dira.
I told you the last time that you should fortify
Àwọn
yourself.
kan sọ pé báwo ni pastors máa sọ pé
So
wọ́n
people
dira.
will say, why will a pastor utter that kind of statement?
Ẹ lọ dira o.
Please go and fortify
Tó bá
yourself.
yá màá gbé Báìbù mi sílẹ̀.
Because when war comes, I will drop my Bible.
Màá jà fún ìlú bàbá mi.
I will go and fight for my father's land.
Ìgbà wo ni Kírísítẹ̀nì dé Nàìjíríà?
When did Christianity come into Nigeria?
1842
It came in 1842.
ló ṣẹ̀ dé Nàìjíríà.
That was when it came in.
Ẹni àkọ́kọ́ tó máa kó Báìbù jọ.
And the first person to compile the Bible,
Williams lorúkọ ẹ̀.
his name is Williams.
Wọ́n pa ní on the 6th
They killed him on the 6th,
1536.
1556.
Wọ́n dáná sun.
They burnt in. He was
Ẹ̀tún pé
lynched.
Báìbù tá à ń kà yìí.
The person that compiled the Bible for us.
So ẹ má jà fi ẹ̀sìn bọ inú afẹ́jà fúnlẹ̀ bàbá
So
wọn.
don't let us put religion into our culture or for fight for our father's
Màá
land.
dira.
I will fortify
Màá
myself
síwájú ogun.
and I will be a leader.
Wọ́n tó lè dira fún ènìyàn.
And if you can fortify people,
Máa bọ̀.
fortify
A
them.
máa dira máa jagun náà.
We will fight that war.
Màá gbé Báìbù sílẹ̀.
I will drop my Bible
Nítorí ilẹ̀ bàbá mi.
because of my father's land.
Ṣé Bíbélì sọ?
Because the Bible says it.
Hébérù 6:1.
Hebrews 6 verse
Ó ní ká
1.
fi ẹ̀kọ́ Kristi tì
It says,
náà.
set aside the teachings of
Ká ṣe
Christ
pípé.
and let us do what is
Ẹja
complete.
kọ́kọ́ fi ti Kristi tì
We
náà.
will now put it
Ká lọ
aside.
jà fúnlẹ̀ bàbá wa.
Let's fight for our father's
Ká
land.
máa sọ pé kí Jésù ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
And we tell Jesus to help us.
Kó ràn wá lọ́wọ́.
To help us in the war for our father's land.
Ohun tá a máa ṣe nìyẹn o.
That's what we are going to do.
Nígbà tó mú Jésù Kristi.
Mo kí ogun alẹ́ kan sí and welcome to Koikimedia evening broadcast. Let's move swiftly and let's continue to educate ourselves. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ wà tá a tún fẹ́ bára wa sọ lálẹ́ yìí. And let's start the program from here.
Koikimedia, we're bringing the world closer to your doorstep.
Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Àwọn sẹ́lára àgbà yìí dá, àwa ló láṣà àti èdè. Ìgbéde lárugẹ nílẹ̀ Oòduà o, àwa gangan ni bàbá. Koikimedia, 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 we bringing the world closer to your doorstep. They never sabi wetin we carry for her. Until they move closer before they go sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body. Until they move closer before they go sabi. Ọ̀kín lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, ìléhùn ló ló lajú. Ẹyẹ tó dorí kodò bí àdán, ọ̀pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́dùn. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Kájùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè gbódúdú àga. Òdúdú àkóbá lè gbé wá. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣègìrì. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀tọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé délẹ̀ jọ gbàdé kálé gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀ àwa ní mọ̀lẹ́ tí yóò tàn káàkiri. ìyàmọ́ Odùduwà ni wá. Koikimedia àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ. ètò tó gbójú owó ìwà mọ́ni. kásá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé gbúgbà yín jẹ. ètò tó gbójú owó ìwà mọ́ni. à ń gbé tó lárugẹ à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. ètò tó gbójú owó ìwà mọ́ni. news and sports ẹ máa rí gbọ́. ètò tó gbójú owó ìwà mọ́ni. ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ ni ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia ọ̀rọ̀ lágbájúmọ̀ mi máa bá ṣẹ̀rẹ̀ lọ. ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn ọmọ Yorùbá tata wa. à ń gbádùn rẹ ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀ mi ṣẹ́yìn lọ́ máa fi dìbò ọ̀tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé máa dé ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ igbó máa wọ̀ kájòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ àjòjì tó bá wọ bẹ́ẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní bọ́ra. ẹ̀yin lọ́ máa náwó kóyìnbó tó dé ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o Koikimedia ṣàwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńtọ́ àtúnpèrè gidi. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. àwa là ń gbé tó lárugẹ jẹ́ ká jọ gbọ́ o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. àtúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o tọkàntọkàn. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. ikú tó ṣe bí lébi òsì àdìmú bàbá yọ. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. we bring you work closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o tó kàn kí oko lára ni. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. àpèrè gèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́ àwa ní bàbá o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yín wá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Odùduwà lágbé dání òtítọ́ lágbé dání. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. a kì í sọ̀dálẹ̀ a kì í sọ̀dí kẹta. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. àdúró tán àtúnpèrè gèdè. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia we bring you one closer to your doorstep. àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia is around to give us latest. Is around to give us latest. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó bójú gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kalẹ̀ sílẹ̀, ẹ tẹ́tí ẹ gbọ́ ètò tó bójú gbogbo. Koikimedia is around to give us latest.
mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan níbikíbi tí ẹ bá ti ń gbọ́ wa ẹ bá mi gbọ́wọ́ lé share button à ń bọ̀ àìtí ìdè.
Bọ́dá Island are black. Navy blue check. Jákàmọ̀. 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 Lọ́sí ìbò. Lọ́sí ìbò. Ìbò. Wọ́n gbé tí wà confused. The love is too much. 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 Jákàmọ̀.
18th April 2025. Let's play the anthem and we crack on with the program.
ìṣọ̀kan tó mìíràn. Ìkẹjẹ ká máa lépa, tẹ̀síwájú ọkọ̀ ire àtọ̀hún tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sí ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀.
Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ gbogbo adúláwọ̀. Wow. Tèmi ò bá ṣe, àìmọye millions of Yoruba people that will do it. I am not the best. Aláwọn tó jẹ́ gbòógì sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nínú ilẹ̀ Yorùbá that can do exactly what I am doing. Aláwọn tó bold jù mí lọ, but mo dúpẹ́ pé ohùn wa ń dé àwọn ibi tó yẹ kó dé. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí bàbá wa lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè. Mo tara bàbá wa tí wọ́n pè mí láti Kwara State. Kí n bá wọn máa kí bàbá dáadáa. Bàbá àwọn náà is 70 years old. Wọ́n ní Kóìkì àsọ̀rọ̀ rí, àmọ́ nígbà tí bàbá wa bá ti lu aago pé ká jáde fún rally, níwọ̀nba strength tọ́nà sì fún àwọn náà máa darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. That is a 70 years old man. We spoke for what pè mí, what get me, what drop VN. I decided to return his call, which is what I do a lot. And tó bá pè mí, tẹ́ ẹ bá get me, I would try to return the call. Mo kí bàbá wa yẹn dáadáa. Ẹ kákọ̀ gbọ́, because sometimes tá bá náwọn èèyàn kí wa, a lot of you sometimes I just say maybe we're making this up. Ẹ kákọ̀ gbọ́ nǹkan tó sọ kó tó di pa tẹ̀síwájú.
Hello. Ẹkú gbogbo ẹsẹ̀ dá tí Ọlọ́run kẹgbẹ́ dání. Ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ Àfà Abdulrahim ní ọkọ̀ tèmi. Kwara ní. So no going back to Yoruba nation. 100% mo wà pẹ̀lú máa gbé ọgbà ló mọ update ní bí ó ti ń lọ, èmi náà sì wà pẹ̀lú kódà lọ́sàn yìí. I've heard all what I've said. Tínú mi sì ń dùn, mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé pẹ̀lú ògbọ́n Ọlọ́run máa gba Yorùbá nation kúrò lọ́wọ́ Nàìjíríà as a one nation. Ká dá dúró. Ọlọ́run lọ̀ wá lọ́rọ̀ Nàìjíríà. Àwa náà àṣírí Ọlọ́run kó bá ṣe àlékún ìrọ̀rùn fún gbogbo yín. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ́tọ̀ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Professor àti Dr. Sunday Igboho lára kí wọ́n fi kọ́lọ̀pàá rẹ̀ bá dúró ti gbogbo yín lápapọ̀. Pẹ̀lú ògbọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run gba Yorùbá nation fún alágbára Ọlọ́run. Kò sẹ́ni tó lè gbà fún alẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run náà ni ó gbà fún wa. Òun náà ni ó sì mọ̀ tó aṣọ, òun náà ni ó sì fún wa lọ́wọ́ lórí ẹ̀. Gbogbo àwọn ẹni burúkú tọ́lọ́run tó wa mọ́, Ọlọ́run ó yọ kàńdà. Torí mi dùn, I'm very much happy. This time around ọ̀rọ̀ pé wẹ́wọ́, can you imagine ká nírú Tinubu máa wà lórí oyè up close to 2 years now, kó mọ̀ wá rí nǹkan kan sọ lórí ọmọ Yorùbá, ọmọ ìyá rẹ̀. Ó máa rí nǹkan kan sí gbogbo àgbàlagbà náà. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ti sọ̀rọ̀ parí ní ó ṣe pé àwọn ọba náà ẹnu ò tọrọ, lákàfíà dí gẹrẹwu síbẹ̀ ni, they cannot say anything. Kò tiẹ̀ sẹ́nìkan tó tiẹ̀ make move, kò sẹ́ni tó kàn tiẹ̀ kọ́ máa tó tiẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀. Ọmọ ike ló sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ló dá tẹ́bí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ní bàbá rẹ̀. Nobody say anything. Wọ́n kàn keep silence. lórí nǹkan tẹ́ máa jẹ àti tẹ́ kó jọ ojú rẹ̀ better plan for the future of your àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké. Ọgọ́rùn-ún ọdún sẹ́yìn, we are not there. 100 years come, láti tún kúrò wí, but make a good foundation of that before you left. So inú mi máa ń dùn gan, especially the way you are addressing, inú mi kàn dùn. Tí Igbo tó bá mọ̀ wá láti ṣe kó tẹ̀ máa fàkéètì ẹrù ẹ̀ lọ́dún ẹ̀, Hausa kó máa fàkéètì ẹrù ẹ̀ lọ́dún ẹ̀. This time around, this rally pẹ̀lú ọlọ́mọbalẹ̀ náà sì wà láyé àjọ ṣe ni. Kódà kí n má ní okun àti máa tẹ̀lé wọn because na close to 70 years ó lè mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ àjọ ṣe ni torí.
Tí bá sọ fún yín pé àwọn èèyàn ṣeré tó bá yẹ pé mo fún yín ní evidence with the voice note, some of us might just say tàbá jókòó síbí báyìí I'm making nǹkan up, èmi àti wọn ò sọ̀rọ̀ rí in the last 5 years, but wọ́n jókòó sílùú ilé wọn ní Kwara, wọ́n tẹ̀lé tó ń lọ nípa pé kí Yorùbá dá dúró. He is 70 years old and is getting ready to be part of the rally. Sori wọ́n tí ojú ọ̀dọ́ tó ní kòkùn ẹ́, we will pray that you would also understand the purpose. So mo kí bàbá wa yẹn dáadáa, bàbá wa Abdul Jamiu. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ wà nílùú Ìlọrin títí dé gbogbo Kwara State dé Kogi àti gbogbo ibi tí ẹ̀ka ọmọ Yorùbá ń bẹ. Mo wá ń fi ti bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè mo fi kí yín. Mo kí ẹni tí ó tẹ̀ díẹ̀ tí ó rẹ̀. Mo kí ẹni tí àlàáfíà tí ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó, kọ́ba Elédùmarè kó ṣe àlàáfíà, torí pé tí a bá ní àlàáfíà òun náà ni a lè gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tí a lè ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìtànṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí. Mo wá lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí gbogbo àwa ọmọ Yorùbá tí a gbà pé àsìkò ti tó pé kí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kó dá dúró, torí pé in tá ń béèrè fún, in tó máa ṣe àǹfààní fún wa lénìí àti lọ́la àti títí ráíláí, bọ̀ kò ń ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló gbà pé kó rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Mo wá fẹ́ fi àsìkò yìí láti tún fi kéde fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tí kò tíì gbà pé kí Yorùbá dá dúró, kó wọlá ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù tí à ń jẹ nínú Nàìjíríà. Ká tó tẹ̀síwájú, ìyá wa kan jáde láyé tí wọ́n dẹ̀ jẹ́ gbòógì. Lánàá mo sọ nípa ìyá wa kan tọ́kọ wọn jáde láyé ní UK, kọ́lọ̀ bá wa fọ̀run kẹ́ wọn, kó tẹ́ wọn sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀. Nígbà tó di àná, mo receive call lórí desk mi látọ̀dọ̀ ìyá wa tí wọ́n jẹ́ deputy fún the Yoruba World Media, ìyá wa tá mọ̀ sí Àṣàkẹ́ TV show. Wọ́n pè mí pé káwọn sọ fún mi pé ìyá wa kan tí a jọ ṣe movement tí a dẹ̀ ṣì wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ support morally, financially, tí wọ́n dẹ̀ darapọ̀ mọ́ wa ní gbogbo activities tá à ń ṣe, pé wọ́n jáde láyé. Mo ń fi àsìkò yìí máa dárúkọ ìyá wa yẹn, mo fẹ́ pull information yẹn jáde, but as usual it is a very slow system when you are in Africa, so you have to take it bit by bit. Mo dẹ̀ kọ́rúkọ yẹn sílẹ̀ kí tó bẹ̀rẹ̀ program, apologies. Èyí tí mo fẹ́ fààyàn bẹ̀ ni pé at some point kò ń ṣe gbogbo alájọ máa délẹ̀ lérí, but à ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé kí gbogbo àjọ délẹ̀ lérí ni. And that is a fact that we must understand. Kò ń ṣe gbogbo wa lájọ máa délẹ̀ lérí, but à ń bẹ Ọlọ́run pé kó jọ nínú ọlẹ́ kí gbogbo wa jọ délẹ̀ lérí together, kí a lè celebrate. Ìyá wa tí mò ń dárúkọ yìí, gẹ́gẹ́ bí information tó tẹ̀ mí lọ́wọ́, London ni wọ́n ń gbé. Wọ́n ní gbogbo ìgbà tí ọlọ́jọ́ bá máa dé, àwọn ò fi kú sí ìlú òyìnbó. Kò sẹ́ni tó mọjọ́ lóòótọ́. But tí kú bá dùn dé, ta ló fi dá dúró? She's a mother, a grandmother, and the fact that many times ni wọ́n ti engage wa nínú ìrìn àjò yìí, wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí Yorùbá, ó mú wọn lọ́kàn gan. Wọ́n jẹ́ ẹni tí Yorùbá jẹ́ priority wọn, even though pé Mùsùlùmí ni wọ́n. She was a Yoruba woman before a Muslim. Wọ́n rìnrìn àjò lọ sí Nàìjíríà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ń bẹ̀ láti lọ kí àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí àtàwọn family. Bọ̀bí ṣe bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ lénìí, she has moved on and she has gone. So on behalf of our platform, tí a mọ̀ sí Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorsteps. À ń bá mọ̀lẹ́bí ìyá wa ìkẹ́dùn pé kí Ọlọ́run kó tẹ́ wọn sáfẹ́fẹ́ ire, kí gbogbo àṣìṣe wọn kó bá wa parẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ tó fi sílẹ̀ àti grandchildren tó fi sílẹ̀, k'Ọlọ́run fún wọn ní ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀, ká má rí tẹ̀lé. Orúkọ ìyá wa yẹn máa jẹ́ Alhaja Ayọ̀délé She died, and I believe she must have been buried according to the Islamic rite. But her wish was also something that she got. Pé Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ káwọn kú sí ìlú òyìnbó, k'Ọlọ́run kó foríjì wọn, kó bá tẹ́ wọn sáfẹ́fẹ́ rẹ̀, àkí àwọn mọ̀lẹ́bí náà. So we move on swiftly because I'm sure pé ìyá wa yìí ò ní fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ìrìn àjò wa kó dúró lọ́jọ́ kan, just like àwọn tó ti lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ láti ìyá wa Janet Fashake and many more that we might not remember all their names, but gbogbo wọn pátá náà la máa rántí lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Mo wá padà wá sórí ètò ní aago 7 nírọ̀lẹ́ ló fi lọ lù. Mo kẹ́yìn èèyàn wa pé àtúkàbọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Mo kí brother mi iSyn TV, àwọn gbòógì sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀. Mo kí ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ti jókòó kalẹ̀ pé kí ni a tún fẹ́ bára wa sọ lénìí. Mo kẹ́yìn tẹ́ ń pè wá pé Koiki má fi ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ information tó lè jẹ́ kí ìrìn àjò wa kó lè mọ bí tá ń lọ. Ẹ máa bá wa ṣe díẹ̀díẹ̀ torí pé gbòógì sọ̀rọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ nìyẹn, akọni ọmọ Yorùbá dẹ̀ nìyẹn. Àmọ́ máa fi làákàyè kó máa bá wa fi sọ̀rọ̀. Gbogbo wa ti mọ bí tá ń lọ, ẹni tó bá náà wò mọ̀ níbi tílẹ̀ ṣúdé ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún. Ìyẹn làwọn àgbàlagbà ṣe ní ẹ má fi gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ síta tán, ìta bá máa ṣe kó máa wà lábẹ́ ẹkùn wa. So mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń pè. Like I always say, your feedback for me allows me to improve on my platform and also as an individual. Lóòótọ́, ẹ̀wù ọmọlúàbí tèmi mo ti ka sínú cupboard. A lè máa jàjàǹgbára ká tún máa sọ̀rọ̀ pé ọmọlúàbí ni wá, but yàn mí pé a máa disrespect èyí tẹ́ ń fún wa ní information lẹ́yìn tẹ́ bá pè wá pé ká ṣe báyìí. tó mo kí yín o, mo kí gbogbo èèyàn àtẹ̀tí wà lórí ìjókòó, mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ, mo dẹ̀ kí àwọn ìyàwó mi dáadáa, mo kí àwọn ọmọ Oòduà, àlàáfíà ni wọ́n wà. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí gbogbo wa ti ṣe mọ̀, bàbá tó ń darí ètò wa, àwọn náà ni bàbá wa Professor Adébánjí Akíntóyè, tí mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn gan tí wọ́n bá wa dúró, torí pé bàbá wa là ń rí níwájú tí ọkàn wa fi ń balẹ̀. Bàbá wa tí a dẹ̀ ń rí ó ń fi wá lọ́kàn balẹ̀ gan. So jẹ́ kí n appreciate àwọn tó ti wà lórí program ká tó máa tẹ̀síwájú. Mo lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kí brother mi Clement, owó tí gbogbo yín fi ránṣẹ́ sí wa à ń rí lò fún in tí ẹni ká fi ṣe, ó dẹ̀ tún wúlò fún wa gẹ́gẹ́ bí àwọn nǹkan míì tí a tún bá ṣe lọ. Mo wá ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin tí ẹ ti nawọ́ sí wa àtẹ̀yin tí ẹ sì máa nawọ́ sí wa tí ẹ ń sọ fún wa pé kò ní pẹ́ kò ní jìnnà. Clement bí ṣe sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ kò ń ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá délẹ̀délẹ̀, Biafra ni, ó gbà fún pé kí Yorùbá kó dá dúró, ó dẹ̀ ń support wa. Kò wá ń ṣòwò nìkan bẹ́ẹ̀, aláwọn bíi mélòó kan náà tí wọ́n ń support tọjọ́ ọmọ Biafra. Mo á kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá, weekend yìí ló máa pé 1 week tó bá dijọ́ Sunday tí mo jáde gẹ́gẹ́ bí àbúrò yín tí mo ní ká tún jọ gbé yẹ̀wò àwọn kankan wà tí ó lè ṣàǹfààní fún wa tí a lè rí lò nípa ìrìn àjò wa tó ń bọ̀ láìpẹ́. Kò tí sẹ́ni kankan tó lè mọ ọjọ́ torí pé bàbá Akíntóyè ò disclose yẹn pẹ̀lú anybody, but bàbá jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ká túbọ̀ máa sọ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá pé ká lọ máa múra sílẹ̀ tí ọjọ́ náà ní pẹ́ mọ́. Mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa pé ẹ kúrọ̀lẹ́, ẹ jẹ́ kí ọkàn wa kó balẹ̀ ju bí tẹ́lẹ̀ lọ, pé ìrìn àjò tá gbé dání kò sí ìbẹ̀rù níbẹ̀. Iṣẹ́ tèmi ni pé láti encourage wa, láti fún wa ní confidence, láti jẹ́ kí ẹ mọ̀ pé the only solution òun náà ni pé Nàìjíríà máa pín. So mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ti wà involved láti dá sí one way or the other. So mo kí Biafra, mo kí àwọn Hausa, ní problem pẹ̀lú àwọn méjèèjì, tolúkálukú bá dá wà á máa ṣèjọba rẹ̀. Mo kí yín ní diaspora pé ẹ dìde again. I think 2021 ni mo rí this kind of support tó dìde pé no, I need láti move. Lóòótọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn èèyàn abuse it, then nítorí pé delivery of the job kò tí délẹ̀, ó jẹ́ káwọn kan tẹ̀ pull out báwọn ṣe Yorùbá nation mọ́, pé àwọn ti ṣe wàhálà, àwọn ti náwó, so they are not going to be involved in the movement again. In tí àwa wá dúpẹ́ ni pé a jẹ́ kí àwa kan ò jẹ́ kó sú wa, even though pé ó ti sú ẹ̀yin kan, àwa kan ò jẹ́ kó sú wa. Ìdí tá a ṣe jẹ́ kó dẹ̀ sú wa ni pé a mọ̀ pé ẹ̀sùn sẹ́yìn ẹ̀sùn fífi lójú. Àwa mọ̀ dájú pé it is a big task láti try to a fẹ́ exit kúrò nínú country kan, especially tó bá jẹ́ pé western region ìyẹn là ń bá bọ̀ títí di wákàtí. Ó lè easy than bí a ṣe ń ṣe lọ nísìn. But that's the reason why. Most of the countries tí à ń rí ní ọ̀tá ti gbọ́ nípa wọn, kí tó move to that side, mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìṣọ̀kan ọmọ Oòduà London group. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ different individuals and groups tá a lè dárúkọ. Olúkálùkù yín ló mọ ohun tó fẹ́ tẹ́ ń ṣe fúnran Yorùbá. Èmi kọ́ lẹ̀ ń ṣe fún. Tèmi ò bá ṣe, Ọlọ́run tún gbé lòmíì dìde. Ó dẹ̀ gbé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa dìde, but we all have different energy and different strength. Strength tèmi ní ni mò ń lò. And for every day, I've never regret doing what I'm doing. Kódà, I'm always inspired to do more. And I believe very soon there will be a result fún nǹkan tá a gbé dání lágbára Ọlọ́run. So mo kí gbogbo àwọn groups pátápátá. A lot of us might not understand that the support tẹ́ ń fún wa is not for me. It's just to encourage mostly àwọn tó wà nílé. Millions of Yoruba people are not interested, but along the line, they will be interested. So, mo kí ẹ̀yin tí ẹ tún fi support pé let's keep it going. We have achieved our target of the walkie-talkie, but since some of you say, let us keep the fire burning. 100 is not a lot, but it would do so much work. Fáwọn tó máa lò fún, tó dẹ̀ máa train wọn. Walkie-talkie is more like a gadget where it is used in any part of the world, including construction, agriculture, every sector using, even the police. Kí ló wà fún is to enhance whatever you want to do. And interface ó involve quite a very strong communication. So àwọn kan ló máa jẹ́ steward during the course of the rally. And these individuals need those gadgets to operate with. Tabari 100 across each of the states. I am not the one distributing. My job is to hand it over to the body. But our platform as an organization is big enough to ask for requests, just like any other platform does for different purposes. Around Thomas, for medical purpose, for this, for that. But why we are doing what we are doing is to tell you that after fishing come by and to dip hands in the pocket and send money. These are hard-earned money, and it is important that it is used for the purpose of what you have asked us to do. So it's because we have extra fund plus little that have come through, another have come through again today. We were able to release another fund to the tune of certain amount that was able to. Then I will decide. So again, to buy expire, we will decide whether to switch or I will decide what to do with that. Coming back to the update on that before we move to the program, we were able to buy 10 Megaphone and 10 more extra walkie-talkie. I have another phone that has been available to me on Monday or tomorrow. To release phone for Kotulo Rasi. The Megaphones are very handy. And the good thing about this one, as well as I'm told that all are connected to the Bluetooth, which is also an advantage. So our Toba before they can connect it with their phone. So even when they are tired of talking, the phone can continue to deliver the message through the Megaphone. So that is on that. So that is the update, and all the pictures and all that is already uploaded. So that is for that. So Tabare and Toshi were interested to say, let's buy more, even if it's 1 piece, 2 piece, let us know. We will continue to buy. Tabatudu to collect another set. I would let them go and deliver it again back to the body, because the body is the one that will eventually do the bigger picture of what to do. Now, before we move forward, because about the Boston, our other program, we might not have time to come back and talk about this, but I will definitely do. The question a lot of people are asking is, what are going to be the modality of the rally? Bound rally is my work. We have done rally in the past, and they have been fantastic, and the rally has proven a lot within the last 5 years. So there's nothing going to change apart the fact that this particular one is unique, is important, and we need to understand that it's going to take a lot of strength. It might be no, because this is where I want to do a recording as well. Because I would have found one access the internet láti lè gbọ́ lórí voice note nígbà tá a bá release ẹ̀ síta. So my name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and we are currently live on Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. And in a Good Friday, tó tún bọ́ sí Friday táwọn Muslim náà máa ń ní àwọn máa kí Jímọ̀. Gbogbo ibi tó ti kí Jímọ̀ lénìí, àdúrà wa gbà. Gbogbo ibi tí olúkálùkù ti ń celebrate Good Friday. This will also be part, whether you believe in Christianity, whether you have talked about it negatively or not, you cannot remove it from the Yoruba land, because that is as far as it is. Lóòótọ́, we will celebrate all this religion. If United Arab Emirates celebrate Christmas, this is an Islamic country. My sister travels there in the last 4 years for the Christmas stroke New Year. It's a big event that brings money. So, ẹ̀yin tá ń tako Christianity, let us be very careful, because Christianity that is celebrated around the world is not Christianity that we are seeing in Nigeria, because the reason for that is it delay a lot of things with our people. That is why there seems to be kind of attack. Oh, the law see United Arab Emirates, listen, kò ní ó fẹ́ attack Christian pé Christian tó gbé wá òun ni kò jẹ́ kó ṣoríire ní ìlú wọn. They're doing very well. They're making so much money out of Christianity. One of the biggest Hindu temple that this summit is going to be focusing on this area, because one of the areas that I'm looking at is the rally, but there will be other things that will be discussed during the summit. At the Sofin Telekwe, we are having network problems, so if you are having issues, it is not from your end, it is from my end. I can't be repeating that all the time. I am not where the network is so great, but for now, we have to manage the network. Mo ní sọ nípa the Yoruba Nation Summit, tí the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, tá mọ̀ sí YSDM, tí wọ́n ti organize tó dẹ̀ máa dé ní on the 26th of April 2025. It will be held in London, but it will also be viewed across the globe. The summit wants to focus on the following: the upcoming mass rally in Yoruba land and in the diaspora. Again, this means that for those of you that are in doubt that rally made kò ní dé, ó máa wá kò ní wá, we can now eliminate that doubt from you that there will be a rally. So this summit tó ń bọ̀ lágbára Ọlọ́run ní on the 26th kọ́lọ́n kó ṣọ́ wa dìgbà yẹn. That means it's the last Saturday of the month of April. So this summit is very, very important, and we hope many of us will participate in the summit through watching it on live or through if there's going to be a Zoom link that will be open. I don't know how that is going to happen, but all the media across the Yoruba discussion will be feed through the network, and you'll be hearing about the summit. So it is important. Now, also, this summit will focus on something that I want us to really understand. Many people have asked, how do we exit a country like Nigeria? How? Is it going to be through referendum? Are we going to get a referendum from the government? Láti allow us to choose, as the United Kingdom was given the same privilege in 2016 when they were asked to decide their fate, whether they want to remain in one European Union or exit. Ìyẹn ló ṣe pè ní BRICS exit. BRICS exit. So what we are doing as well is Yoruba exit. After exit, the land is there. The land is the same. Some of people have asked that. I think I heard that from either a program from my brother Icing TV. One àwọn kan sọ pé báwo ló ṣe máa fund the new government. Mo kẹ́hìntẹ́ darapọ̀. I am recording, that's why we cannot mention names, but mo kí our Àṣàkẹ́ TV show. Àwọn kan ti ń béèrè pé when Yoruba country is finally declared, where do we get the money to operate the country? Báwo la ṣe máa run ẹ̀? Báwo la ṣe máa sanwó fún àwọn workers? And how do we take over our institutions and all sectors? That is why we need to understand that this movement is not a child's play, especially only different stages during the course of the movement. The first stage was the creating of the awareness, which was to challenge the current status quo of Nigeria that has been running an election every 4 years. So what the movement have done is to come out and tell many Yoruba people, Amo Yoruba, Nile Loko, Emma Bino, that I'm mixing English with the conversation. I'm sure pé púpọ̀ nu wa náà la gbọ́ Ìgbò díẹ̀ díẹ̀. Òun ni pé àkọ́kọ́ gbọ́dọ̀ fi tó àwọn èèyàn létí pé option tó wà ní pé kò ń ṣe option election tó ń sọ fún wa nìkan. There is another option, and kí ni option yẹn? Option yẹn ni pé Yoruba land that is part of Nigeria. Nigeria is just a name, Nigeria. November, India, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Indian, Alpha. Orúkọ lásán ni. Nigeria. That name, Nigeria, was only in the picture of humans as at just 110 years ago. These are very important that I want us to listen to, because the argument from some of the Yorubas is that, but Nigeria is a country, it's been existing. Why Tashilatina to pada sẹ́yìn? Pada sẹ́yìn. We're not going backwards or not. What we are doing is that we are now returning back to what used to be a Yoruba authentic name or land that was part of us. When there was the colonization, during the colonization era, the Oyibo people that came, which were the British people, the British, don't pè ní Britain, wọ́n rán àwọn representative wá sí territory kan tó ń pè ní Africa. Africa lèmi wà nísìn. Africa is massive. It has no borders until it was divided into different borders during the Berlin Conference. But to just stick to the Yoruba side of things so that kó má di confusion fún àwọn tó ń gbọ́ message yìí nírọ̀lẹ́ again. Òun ni pé many people that are arguing that we should retain Nigeria and restructure Nigeria. We should retain Nigeria and have a unity that works for everybody, be you Igbo, Hausa, and the rest. All that is acceptable only because Nigeria is something that was created. Now, after a review of what has played back in the past, I realize pé evidence point out that ẹ̀rí ń bẹ pé lóòótọ́ òyìnbó ló amalgamate wa. I can tell us that our fathers have every right, with or without the politician, to go further and declare Yoruba land officially when they think it's right time. Because the amalgamation itself that we are using to run Nigeria today over faulty. It is a fake foundation. There was not enough consultation. We are just doing it because we want to do it just under to the international community. But if, as at the time that we have continued to consult and decide to dialogue and they are not listening, that means that the rally will lead to the next stage of our exit from Nigeria. And we do not need the federal government anymore to make that decision for us. Omar Dijao, I am saying this because a lot of us are thinking that it's not going to be Tinubu that wants to fight us. We have enemies that created Nigeria that wants to fight back. Dear Tinubu nínú picture. So that is the reason why we need to explain. I need láti ṣàlàyé fún ọmọ Yorùbá kó lè mọ̀ pé for us to continue to exist as Yoruba tá ń sọ yìí, we cannot exist fully and perform a good operation under our Yoruba government if we are still running Nigeria. There will be a lot of obstacle. Àwọn kankan wà tó máa jẹ́ obstacle between us and Nigeria. But tá bá ní country tiwa tá dá dúró as an independent country, a lè ṣe many things without having to consult the Igbos, the Hausas, and the rest, because we will decide that among us. Ó dẹ̀ máa tètè yé wa jù right now. The reason why nǹkan ò yé wa nínú Nàìjíríà ni pé táwa kan bá náà fẹ́ báyìí, àwọn tó kù máa ní àwọn ò fẹ́, then there will always be this bias. And one of that is our language. Some of our states want to run Yoruba language in the schools, but àwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù sọ pé you can't do that. Leshe, why do you want to segregate us from others? If I send my daughter or son to school as an Igbo man, why should you speak Yoruba in that school? It's a public school. Now, they challenge Omo Igbo yen. You know what? Nigeria is still part of us, and him that is making us to work together. But tabani country tiwa tí ọmọ Igbo bá sọ pé òun ò lè accept ọmọ tiẹ̀ kó wà ní school tó jẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ń sọ Yorùbá, well, the option is to take that children to another country or wherever is convenient for them. And I'll give an example. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tó lọ sí Germany tó ń gbé ní Germany lénìí tí bàbá wa Ìgbòho wà níbẹ̀ lénìí nísìn. You have to speak German in the school so that you can use that to read, write, and eventually come out to work. Now, let's look at those that are disagreeing that making Yoruba Daduro as a country. It does not matter whether you have traveled before or not. It's just possible for you to go to Germany and tell German that you want them to speak in English. It's just possible. Eba mi fi sínú comment section. Is it possible for you as a Nigerian travel to Germany and telling the German èdè ìlú tiẹ̀ tó ti ń bọ̀? Wọ́n máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ pé ṣé ìlú tó ti ń bọ̀ yẹn ṣé ìlú kan náà ni pẹ̀lú ìlú tó dé yìí? Ìyẹn náà ṣe máa ní when you get to Rome, you do as Roman. So what we have experienced in Nigeria is that Britain created Nigeria and joined many countries together and then called those countries Nigeria, Nigeria. That name was only coined by Lugard, tó jẹ́ the governor administrator. As at the time, it was the governor administrator that was used by Britain to operate on their behalf because of their own interest in that part of the world. Now, many Nigerians don't disagree, don't argue blindly, are expecting the Yoruba people that have been in existence for more than 13,000 years. Nítorí pé Britain ó change the dynamic of who we are, ó change the lọ́wọ́ wa, ó fún wa ní culture mi, ó parọ́ fún wa. Àwa ń sọ fún Britain that you have done something that is a big mistake. Ẹ lè máa mọ̀ nígbà yẹn. You can retreat, you can retrace the step. Ṣé bẹ́yìn àgbàlagbà náà lè máa ń sọ fún wa pé tíwájú ò bá ṣe lọ, ẹ̀yin ṣe padà sí náà. Ẹ má bínú papọ̀ wé níwájú yín. What our leaders, àwọn táwọn ń pè ní leaders, iwájú yẹn ti stuck. Kò sí progression kankan níwájú yẹn mọ́. Kò ń ṣe pé lénìí ni kò sí progression. It's not about Tinubu. Tinubu kò ṣe àrànjúràn bóun fẹ́ di president ni. I'll come back to that. Where we are right now is that lákọ̀ọ́kọ́ we have argued it that ṣáwa gan ló yẹ ká máa demand pàfẹ́ lọ àbí àwọn tó jẹ́ ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ìyẹn number one. Because àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ní what it takes to tell the international community that ẹ sọ fún Britain, what I'm sorry, it's not about Awolowo now, because àwọn Awolowo kọ̀ wá fight for the independence in it. I am talking about those that were living in Yoruba land as at 1900. And tàbá sọ pé 1900, 1901, 1902, 1903, 1904, 1905, 06, 07, 08, 09, 1910. 4 years after 1910, Nigeria was Yoruba land was amalgamated. Now, àwọn wo ni wọ́n gbé níbẹ̀ nígbà yẹn? Yorùbá làwọn tó ń gbé nígbà yẹn. Bóyá for whatever reason, wọ́n align, wọ́n agree pé lóòótọ́, because kò ń ṣe pé Lugard náà máa ṣe gbogbo tó ṣe yẹn, wọ́n máa ṣe a bit of consultation, but consultation yẹn ẹ mọ̀ agbára tó ń lò nígbà yẹn is a big one. So even if there was not consultation or there was consultation, the argument now is that ṣóṣì right ká ṣì máa pera wa ní orúkọ tí wọ́n sọ wá yẹn, àwọn kan ló right pé because we have lived together for 100 and something years, àwọn tó ti wá ń gbé níbẹ̀ for thousands of years, ṣé ẹ fi pò ń dùn mọ́ wọn nínú pọ́n pé wọn lórúkọ tó ń ṣe orúkọ tiwọn, ṣé ìyẹn gan ni orúkọ tá à ń pera wa ni kò ṣe jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ kan ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa nínú Nàìjíríà? Because we keep calling ourselves Nigerians. Nínú bẹ̀ náà dá wá ń ṣàdúrà, àwọn tó jẹ́ forefathers wa, do you think that they are happy? Because we know that they are not happy due to the fact that wọ́n gbé wọn lọ through slave trade. Àmọ́ àwọn èèyàn wa náà ló tẹrú, because àwọn family kan wà òwò ẹrú làwọn ṣe. So what we are saying now is, for our previous Yoruba people that have lived in the land, kí wọ́n tẹ̀lé ní peace of mind, kí wọ́n lè ní peace of mind, àwa nísìn la gbọ́dọ̀ púlù orúkọ yẹn kúrò, ká kọ́kọ́ crush orúkọ yẹn. Because the longer tá bá keep orúkọ yẹn tá à ń jẹ́ ṣì máa exist, ó máa tako ilẹ̀ yẹn tá à ń pè ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. And you will not do much out of that land. Yes, a máa bímọ níbẹ̀, a máa ṣèkómọ, a máa ṣèyàwó, we are seeing all that. But tá bá lọ wò from the spiritual side of things, gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìran ọmọ aládé tá à ń pera wa, that is what àwọn òyìnbó ti rí. Pé tá bá fi àwọn ará bíi sílẹ̀, they will conquer, well, no, I don't want to use the word conquer, they will become the greatest in the world. They saw it. So what they have now done is that we will do everything to destroy the Yoruba race. And that is exactly what they've done. What infiltrates wa, ká máa fẹ́ àwọn ẹ̀yà tó ń ṣe tiwa, ìyẹn kọ́kọ́ lọ bẹ́ẹ̀. We thought it is okay. Well, some of us might say it's okay, but we don't know this. Because there are things that might be against our ìran tá à ń sọ yìí. Ká tẹ accept pé many things have gone wrong. Can we reverse this wrong? Is why Yoruba Nation is out in the public domain. If tá a bá wá ṣe gbogbo tó yẹ ká ṣe, ká decide ìtàn délẹ̀, then who is coming to do it? So, going back to the summit will discuss about the upcoming rally, both in the Yoruba homeland and likewise in the diaspora. Like I said, how the rally will be held, I don't have that details in front of me to tell you. But in Timo Monikwe, the rally will hold across every part of Yoruba land. Now, concrete action plans for exiting the Nigeria contraction. If we do not have the concrete plan and we just say we are exiting, okay, Taba exit, what do we do after the rally that we have declared our country? What are we going to be doing? All these must be prepared in advance. And the resources that we have on our land and the human talent that we have is what we are going to use. And this is why we are saying to the politicians today that are thinking that they have the monopoly to continue to use Nigeria on us must prepare for the massive shutdown of Southwest when the rally comes out. Because they don't have power anymore. The power will be retaken back to Yoruba people. When we have the country officially, Constitution will decide how we want to run it. But if any one of them think that, oh, I am the speaker, I am the deputy speaker. No, you can't just come and say we should vacate and we are going to have Yoruba Nation. You can no longer use Nigeria against us anymore. That is the state that we are moving into now. So these are the preparation that kí ọmọ Yorùbá mọ̀ lọ́kàn ara ẹ̀ pé we are going to face our political elite, our politicians, and tell them to their face that this is no longer going to be part of Nigeria. And that means is a big work ahead. And lọ fèsì àwọn tó di state wa mú tó ń run it on our behalf on Nigeria. Àwa lọ sọ fún wọn pé Nigeria tẹ́ ń run yìí has no basis no more on Yoruba land. The basis of Nigeria on Yoruba land will stop to exist tàbá ti jáde fún rally. The basis of Nigeria tó ṣì máa exist lé wa lórí would have to come when we are out on the street. So this is not about Igboho or Baba Akintoye. It's about how you now will also have to mobilize people. Kò ṣe pé ogun àjẹ́ àbí oṣó kankan. The basis is that ìran yìí tí Ọlọ́run dá ní more than 13,000 years, wọ́n wá fi orúkọ tí kò tí pé even 500 years wọ́n gbélé lórí. Orúkọ yẹn ló wá fi ń ṣe operation tó fi ń run ẹ̀ táwọn kan fi wà okay tí wọ́n fi ń deceive àwọn tó kù. So you politicians in Yoruba land, there is still time for you to start deliberation of our exit in the house where you are governing. Tó bá wọn àwọn tó wà ní Senate l'Abuja, tó bá wọn àwọn yẹn kó máa padà wálé, we can leave them to remain in Abuja because wọn ní ní meaning sílẹ̀ Yorùbá mọ́. But ṣẹ̀rẹ́ ìtẹ̀ wà ní House of Assembly across our Yoruba land today. We care about you because Yoruba ni yín. At least majority of you, yàtọ̀ sáwọn bí i méjì mẹ́ta tá mọ̀ pé they are not true Yoruba, but they are running out of our House of Assembly. Sherry, what we don't want to have is a kind of confrontation. We don't want to have any confrontation. But we know that you are not going to listen. I know that because tó bá jẹ́ pé ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ràn, 5 years is more than enough to inform you that self-determination is an inalienable right of we, our Yoruba, lórí ilẹ̀ wa. 5 years is more than enough. But gbọ́ràn, an interest at all. You have no interest at all. And interest tẹ̀yìn ni pé ká sì máa jẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà kó exist inside a Yoruba land officially. And that is going to be obstacle between ẹ̀yin àti àwa tá à ń ṣe Yoruba nation. What might happen in the course of where we are heading to now, some of the concrete plan would also be updated during the summit. So I would not want to say what I don't know that is coming out of that summit. But as a journalist that has looked at all this from the last 5 years of this movement, what you are proving to us is that why should we return back to where our existence started from. In tí mo rí pé àwọn politicians wa kan ṣe nísìnyí yẹn pé kílẹ̀ mí pé ká padà sí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ká máa pè ní Yorùbá land. A ṣe bá yín wá bá ṣe máa get the structure fún yín náà. Ẹ lọ jókòó, ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe máa tayò, ká máa ṣe politics. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá táwa ń fight fún yìí is beyond your politics. Ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tá à ń fight fún lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí ó ju politics lẹ́yìn fà lọ. Ó wà superior ju politics yìí lọ. But ká má lọ kọlura wa la ṣe ń plead in the last 5 years as a non-violent movement. But títí di wákàtí tá a sì sọ̀rọ̀ lẹ́ni ní 18th ẹ kò ṣe bíbà tẹ́ pé who cares? Ẹ lọ darapọ̀ mọ́ politics náà kájọ wá ṣe politics. But àwa ń sọ fún yín pé kò ń ṣe politics lọ̀rọ̀ tó wà nílẹ̀. And this is where we need you to understand that a lot of shit is going to happen. Let me just leave it like that. Because àwọn kan pè mí pé Koiki à ń bẹ̀ a mọ̀ pé bó ṣe ń tẹ́ lára nígbà míì ló máa fi ń sọ̀rọ̀. But báwa kan máa fi làákàyè tọ́lọ́run fún ẹ máa fi gbé kalẹ̀. Register fún political party. Àwa máa wá candidate tá máa fi compete pẹ̀lú yín. Àwa jọ wọnú electionary, àwa jọ rígẹ̀. But Yoruba nation tá gbé dání ó ju political party tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe lọ ní Nàìjíríà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Ẹ mọ̀ why tí mo ṣe like yín? You are all listening to me and all other medias. Ẹ sọ fún wa pé ọmọ àlè ni wá, ẹ wá ṣe tẹ́ bá fi ṣe. That's what you have told us. Ọmọ àlè ni tẹ́ ẹ bá ṣe tẹ́ fi ṣe. Ẹ fẹ́ púṣì Bàbá Akíntóyè àti Ìgbòho nuisance. Bàbá Akíntóyè wá jẹ́ kó yé wa pé ẹ̀yin ọmọ mi Yorùbá nation tí èmi gbé dání tájọ́ ń ṣe a ní sọ́ di ìjà mọ́ wọn lọ́wọ́. Ẹ̀yin lẹ máa fi ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Ẹ̀yin olóṣèlú lẹ Yorùbá ọwọ́ ara yín. I know what you will do. Ẹ̀yin fẹ́ save Nigeria at all cost. Àbí? Okay. There's nothing wrong in that. Since tí ẹ mọ ìtàn Nigeria bóyá wọ̀ ṣàlàyé fún yín gbogbo ìtawà ń sọ anytime. And I'm talking to those chief security which are your state governors now. Ẹ mọ̀ báwọn kàwé what to do to save and protect us against invaders and crimes and other things. But ẹ̀yin fi Yoruba anthem ẹ̀ ń fi tù wá nínú. So tá bá ti gbọ́ Yoruba anthem àwa gbàgbé pé a tẹ̀fẹ́ Yoruba nation. But the Yoruba anthem tẹ́ ń kà yẹn kódà rectify ẹ̀ ní ilẹ̀ Yorùbá because as of today ẹni tó bá dé Nàìjíríà léde nísìn Muritala Muhammed airport ẹ̀ máa bá lókè. That shows that Nigeria then operates, àwa dẹ̀ fi operate a full independent, autonomous, independent Yoruba sovereign country. A fẹ́ ní kankan ṣe pẹ̀lú Nigeria. A fẹ́ dá wà. That is what is going to lead to a fight between us and you. Ẹ máa fọwọ́ ara yín fi dájà sílẹ̀ nígbà tí gbogbo wa bá ti jáde. Because tẹ́ bá náà yìí fẹ́ save Nigeria, àwa fẹ́ rescue ẹ̀yin kúrò lára Nigeria kí Yorùbá lè padà sí ibi tó wà tẹ́lẹ̀. And that means there will be a big obstacles. But Ọlọ́run á yanjú ẹ̀. I will leave it like that. And I hope ẹni tó ní làákàyè níbi tí mo sọ̀rọ̀ dé, I hope you understand that there is a big fight ahead. Tí bá ní fight pọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi. One of the fight is what we are doing right now, making this platform and many other Yoruba platforms tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ láti lè jẹ́ kí àwọn Yorùbá mọ̀ pé Nigeria tẹ́ keep yẹn kò exist in anywhere nílẹ̀ Yorùbá for thousands of years. Gbogbo existence in Nigeria is just within 120 years old. Kò tẹ̀ tí pé 150. And that will have to stop. Let's go back quickly again to the what next, the Yoruba Nation Summit. One of the biggest threats right now in Nigeria, which is what we're going to discuss immediately after this discussion, Owuni, insecurity in Yoruba land. And before I go further, ẹ jẹ́ ká kí àwọn new entrants, àwọn ọmọ tuntun òjòló tó ṣẹ̀tún dé, àwọn èèyàn gidi tí wọ́n rẹ́dì pé nígbà táwa bá ní a fẹ́ keep Nigeria, àwọn á bá wa make sure pé a keep it dáadáa. And this is for those that are against Nigeria to dissolve. Let's read it as I have it here. Breaking news. Nigeria now welcome a new terrorist group called Mahmuda that have just emerged in the north-central Nigeria, and already as of today that I'm speaking to you, they have killed 15 vigilantes. Comprehend. Monique, I welcome our new entrants. I want to share day. Because the more tó bá fẹ́ save Nigeria, there will be many more of new entrants like this. Wọ́n ti wà, wọ́n kọ̀ máa gbé wọn jáde ní méjì mẹ́ta. And while we are going and facing this, ẹni tó jẹ́ president wa, tó jẹ́ kó mójútó àwa ní that part of Nigeria, ó wà ní France, ó operate remotely. While we have a new entrance of a new terrorist group tó ṣe emerge jáde kúrò nínú North Central, the question is mélòó ló kù tá gbọ́dọ̀ máa retí? Mélòó ló kù? How many more of these terrorists do we need to wait for before we all ask for the dissolution of Nigeria? But because many Nigerians that are Yorubas still think that this is a joke, do not want to accept the truth and nothing but the truth that we have today. Báwo la ṣe máa deal pẹ̀lú wọn today? Báwo la ṣe máa deal pẹ̀lú wọn? How do we deal with them? Because already we are dealing with many problems about insecurity. How do we deal with the new entrants? Because the new entrants must also have an agenda. What is their agenda? 15 innocent vigilantes have been killed. Is this how we are going to continue? To try to rescue something that is not working? Or should we say enough is enough? So, just to close that section of the what next on the Yoruba Nation Summit, to recap quickly, there's going to be an upcoming mass rally in Yoruba homeland and diaspora. This is part of what they're going to be discussing. Concrete action plans for exiting the Nigerian contraction. Insecurity in Yoruba land. Who are the guest speaker? Let me wrap quickly the names of those that we have already on the flyer. the national leader of the Yoruba self-determination movement, our father, our emeritus, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. Also at the event will be David Malomo, who is also the Yoruba self-determination movement, UK and Europe. We also have Arakunrin Seyi Olayode, the Yoruba self-determination movement, UK and Europe deputy. We have also Mr. Kayode Emola, the deputy national leader supporting behind Babakitoye. We also have architect George Akinola, the deputy national leader, Homeland, the Yoruba self-determination movement. And we have our own Akoni Omo Odua, the man that everybody loves so much, not because of anything, because he has shown his strength, he has shown his capability, he has proven that he is capable, as many that also are still within Yoruba land, but for reason known to them, was proof for and that is no one else but our father, a man that the Fulani wanted to assassinate on the 1st of July 2021. We lost two innocent Yoruba men, Alhaji Fatai and Adogon. May their soul rest in peace. And that is no one else that would also be in attendance of this event, Chief Dr. Sunday Adeniyi Adeyemo Igboho, popularly known as Sunday Igboho. Also to be in attendance of this great summit is no one else but Miss Oluremi Ogabi Kilanko, the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement UK chapter. Also, we have in attendance Mr. Gbenga Oluwalara, the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement Canada coordinator. Also, in the flyer, we also have Mr. Badebo Adekunjo, who is also the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement United States coordinator. And none but the least is Olori Eko, that is also the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement UK, and the venue for those of you in the United Kingdom that will be able to attend. Let me put something out. Yoruba, we are making history, and in the Hawaii, you want to have your become an independent country. Let me put it out clearly. Even though I am very conscious, because I'm getting a lot of feedback saying, be careful with what you're saying, but I can tell you that nobody can stop this movement. Let me repeat myself again. No one has the power to stop us from having our own independent country. I have explained at the beginning of this conversation how Nigeria was coined to deceive the indigenous people. What the Nigeria lori ilewa, what we operate. We need to chase Nigeria out of our land. Anything Nigeria needs to stop to exist, and that is the reason why the summit like this is coming up. So if you're in London or around the United Kingdom, you have 2 more Saturdays, not this Saturday, the upper Saturday, to attend officially. And if you cannot, you would have to watch the live broadcast on the Yoruba World Media, Koikimedia, and all independent media that will get the feed to transmit it. Address yẹn máa jẹ́ ACT Studio, ACT Worldwide Academy